my name is Shayla and I was asked to make this video for some teenagers who are working on some yoga in class this week. Some meditation and they wanted to add in some yoga. It's going to be 30 minutes long and we're going to do some stretching, some flowing, and some relaxation. The type of yoga that I teach is called vinyasa. And basically what that means is you're focusing on your breath almost the whole time. So everything that we do, we're going to be inhaling something, exhaling something else. I'll give you multiple modifications. Let's say you have an injury or something just doesn't feel right. Skip it, use the modification, you'll be good to go. Another thing that I really want you to focus on is kind of letting everything around you sort of disappear. So don't worry about what other people are doing or if anyone's looking. You don't even really want to see them. You're just focusing on yourself and your breathing and how the poses feel. So a lot of times in yoga, you'll see people in these crazy poses. And if that feels good for you, then that's great. But you don't want to strain yourself to try and get into that pose because then you'll get hurt and you'll be further than you started. So we'll get started. You're just going to come to a seated position on your mat or on the floor, wherever you are. You can either do cross-legged if that feels good. You can do half lotus with one foot up. If you can get this other foot up, like I said, and it feels comfortable, you can do that. I can't, so I'm just going to do the half lotus. First, we're going to start with our breathing. So you're going to come to your seat. We're going to bring our hands out to the side and take a deep inhale. You can even close your eyes here, and then you're going to flip your hands outward and push it all down. Inhale high, and exhale low. Inhale up one more time, and interlace your fingers here. And you're going to push your palms up to the ceiling and reach. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Here. We're going to push our shoulders back, our chest forward, because all day we're like this at our desks, or we're reading, or we're listening, or whatever we're doing, or we're looking at our phones, and our shoulders are hunched over, so we really want to open them up here. Grab your hands and interlace them again. Good. Then we're going to lean our heads to the right. Make sure that you keep both of your sit bones on the ground and that shoulder stays down, because if you're doing this, it's not really very effective. And then we're just going to nod our head yes right here. So you'll feel it stretching different parts of your neck all along the side. Breathe. Then we'll roll it around to the other side. Stretch it for just a minute. Make that feel comfortable. Now bring your right shoulder down a little bit. Good. And you can start nodding your head yes on this side. Good. Then we'll release our hands and bring our right leg out in front of us. You're going to inhale your arms up high, so take a deep inhale, fill up your belly. And on the exhale, turn towards your foot and just lean forward. Keep your shoulders back and your back straight. So it's like there's a board on your back and you just lean forward. You're not going to be rounding yet. So you'll lean forward till you feel the back of your leg get tight. Right here is where I feel it. And your foot's flexed. You can't really see my dirty, grubby foot there, but it's flexed. Good. And then we're going to round out our back. So let the head go low. And you'll feel this in your low back. You can lean to the right a little bit. You'll feel it stretch even more. Good. Then walk your hands back up, grab the back of your leg and bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Good. And then hook it over, so we're twisting here. You can bring that bottom leg straight out in front of you. Then we're going to bring our left hand up to the ceiling and twist. And when we're twisting on the inhale, we're thinking up, so long, long spine. On the exhale, we're twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Then we'll do just a brief counter twist the other way. Nice. And then we're going to bring that bottom foot out to the left. Flex toes. You can see them. Inhale your arms up high. Turn towards your foot. Lean forward, shoulders back again. So we're stretching out our chest and our shoulders like it doesn't usually get stretched. And our back is straight. So the whole back side of our body is tight. And you lean forward until you feel that in your hip. You're imagining your chest going towards your toes. Now we're going to round out our spine, imagining our nose going to our knee and leaning a little bit to the left. Good. Then walk your hands up, grab the back of it, bend and straighten, and then swing it across, letting that bottom leg go out in front of you again. Bring your right arm up to the sky and twist the other way now. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bring your gaze back a little bit further. Inhale, long and tall, and exhale, twist. Good. Then we'll do a brief counter twist the other way. Excellent. Then we're going to bring both grubby feet up to the front. Inhale, your arms up tall. Exhale, fold forward, keeping your shoulders back and your back straight again. Do a side view so you can see what this looks like. So we're straight back. Toes are flexed, so you're not pointing them. Flexed up. And then we're going to round out our spine. So let your nose come down and really slowly let your head hang heavy like a bowling ball. And you'll feel it stretch the back of your neck and your low back. And just take a couple breaths here. Good, and you might just be right here. And that's okay, as long as you feel the stretch in the back and your low back. That's all that it's about, is making it feel good for you. So then we're going to scoop forward a little bit and lower down. Keep your core engaged and imagine each of the little ridges on your spine are called vertebrae. So we're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time. So lower down, slow and stretch out your spine. Good. Now we're going to bring our right knee up into the outside. So what that looks like is you're out here. We're on the ground, right foot out. And then we're going to glide that left foot across our bodies. And then I'll show you standing again. So we were here. We're going to move that foot across our bodies like this, lying on the floor. Our right shoulder stays on the ground, and our wrist stays on the ground. We look over our right wrist, so our hips are going one way, and our head is going the other, for a full spinal twist. So while we're doing this, on your inhale, you're thinking long spine again. And on your exhale, you're thinking getting your knee a little bit closer to the mat as all the air empties out of your lungs. Inhale, long spine, all the way down to your toes. Exhale, twist. And if your knee doesn't touch the ground, that's fine, as long as this right shoulder stays on the ground. Good. We're going to come back into the middle. Grab the tops of your knees and just roll them in a little circle. And you'll feel there's a small circle on your low back. We're just going to massage that out. So go one way, and then go the other way. Good. Then bring your left leg up and out like we did on the other side. The right leg stays straight and heavy beneath you. Stretch here for a minute. And then glide that left leg across to the right side. So your hips are going to the right this time. And your left shoulder and your left wrist are on the ground. And your gaze is going over your left fingertips. So inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist a little further. Good. Then bring both knees back into the middle again. And we're going to start rocking up and down our back. So don't rock on those vertebrae. Don't rock on your spine. Rock on the muscles next to your spine. And give yourself a little massage. We're going to cross our ankles. And then come up to seated. And if it feels comfortable, roll over your knees. And bring your hands to the mat. And come to tabletop. What we're going to do here is a modified cat-cow. So what we're going to do is go forward, on our arms, all the way down to the mat, keeping your elbows tucked in. So typical push-ups look like this, right? We're gonna keep our elbows tucked in. So you lower down, exhale, then we inhale up, back to tabletop. Then exhale down to child's pose. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Now use that breathing, really inhale and exhale. Up, exhale down, inhale up. We'll go back, we're gonna bring our knees out wide, bring our toes together. So your knees are on the edges of your mat if you're on one, and your toes are together. And then you're gonna walk your fingertips forward and bring your forehead to the mat. This is called child's pose. So this is a really good pose if you're ever feeling a little bit stressed and you just need to relax and unwind. This is a good one to do. You just get in child's pose, knees wide, toes together, sit back on your feet, and walk your hands forward. Forehead to the mat, and just rock your head back and forth. And breathe. We're going to stay here for a minute, so just close your eyes and relax. And on your inhale, bring your belly all the way down to the mat, pushing the back of your rib cage, expanding open to the ceiling. So you're really being really expansive, and when you exhale, squeeze it all up. Squeeze. Inhale, fill it all up. Exhale, let it go. This is where we start to really focus on that breathing. And that breathing is good for carrying us through our entire practice. This is where you start to focus on that breathing, close your eyes, and start to feel your body. Keep staying in child's pose, and just keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. So when we're in this pose, we're using our breath to let all the distractions around us disappear. We're getting in touch with our breath. And so when all those distractions disappear, all that's left is us and our true selves, the people that we are at the core. And so this yoga is used to develop the kind of person that we want to be. So if we want to be more compassionate or more grateful or more kind or more thoughtful, this is where we get to do that. And we get to focus on that. Let everything except for yourself disappear. Any stresses, any drama, just let it all go for the next 20 minutes. We're going to be thinking about our breath, and we're going to be thinking about the poses that we're in. So you're in child's pose. Come up to tabletop, tuck your toes under, and send your hips high. I'm going to walk you through all the poses first, and then we're going to flow through them. So in downward dog, you want your fingers spread out wide like jazz hands on the mat. You want your weight in your fingertips. You want the weight in your fingertips and right at the base of your knuckles. We don't want to jam into our wrists because that's going to be kind of painful. So our weight's distributed on our fingers. Our heels are headed towards the ground. As long as you're aiming to get your heels towards the ground, you're going to get the stretch. Our kneecaps are lifted, so our quads are engaged. And our tailbone is going up towards the ceiling. So we don't want any rounding in the back here. Want your tailbone high. And then our belly button is going towards our spine. We want that energy pulling inward. And your ears are in between your arms. This is our first downward dog. So you can start to pedal out your feet a little bit. Bring one heel to the mat and the other heel to the mat if you can get there. Bend your knees really deep. Go up on your tippy toes. Just kind of walk it out so that it feels comfortable. Then we're going to look up towards our fingertips and take a couple steps forward, or one big step forward, so that you're at the top of your mat in a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy here. We'll take a breath. Good. On your next inhale, you're going to come up to a halfway lift, so your spine is straight. Just no rounded backs like this. It's flat spines like this, like there's a board on your back. Your knees can be bent, that's okay, just come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle all the way up to the ceiling. Reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle high. Exhale, circle all the way down. Inhale to that halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands down and take one big step or a couple of steps back to high plank. So there are two ways to do this. You can either do it on your toes You can drop down to your knees. You want to build strength in your arms. Totally fine. If you do this, make sure that your hips are low. So I don't want you to be here trying to do a push-up. I want your hips to be in line with your knees and your shoulders. So we're going to keep our elbows tucked in like before. Lower down just a little bit. And then push forward to upward facing dog. So at the top of our feet are on the ground. Our kneecaps are lifted up because our legs are engaged. And our shoulders are back. Gaze is high. Bring that belly button to the spine. And lift yourself all the way up to downward dog. And just flip your feet over. So that is called a sun salutation. We're going to go through a few more a little bit quicker. On the next inhale, look up towards your fingertips and take a step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, that halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, circle down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back to a plank on your toes or on your knees. Lowering down halfway. Inhale, push your chest forward. Knees off the ground, tops of your feet. Exhale, belly button to spine. Pull yourself back to downward dog. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Look at the top of your fingers. Inhale, take a step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle high. Exhale, swan dive forward, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back, lower down halfway. Inhale, push forward, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. Good. On your next inhale, look up towards your fingertips. Take a step forward. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, circle your arms all the way down. Swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back, lowering down halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look up to your fingertips and step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, circle down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat and step back. Lower down halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Now we're going to jazz it up a little bit. So bring your right foot all the way up to the sky. It might only be straight out, that's fine. Just push it as far as you can. And then bend it and swing it through, or pull it through, or whatever you got to do to get to this lunge. Okay? We're going to drop that bottom knee. Bring your right hand to your right knee. And lean over to the right. So we're stretching. Keep your shoulders square to the front of the room. And we're stretching to the right. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down to the mat and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms high. Exhale, now listen. Splash your hands forward and clasp them behind your back. So you can bend your knees pretty generously here if you want. Let your head hang heavy like a bowling ball. So roll it around. Arms are heavy. Breathing. Then on the inhale, you're going to bend your knees really deep and circle your hands up tall for chair pose. So we're here. We exhale our arms down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time, everybody sit down a little further. Exhale your arms down. And inhale them up. And exhale up. All year and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to downward dog. Good. Inhale your left leg up high to the sky or to the back of the room. Bring your knee in, knee to nose, and through to that lunge. Make sure that your knee and ankle are in a straight line. This is what you don't want to see. Is your knee too far forward? So make sure that it's right underneath. Drop that back knee. Left hand to left knee, we're going to stretch to the left this time. So inhale, reach high. Exhale, reach over a little more. Good. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, both arms low and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle both arms high. Exhale, splash your hands and clasp them behind your back. Head's heavy. Inhale, bend your knees, circle your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back. One more time, up. Sit down a little deeper. And then fold through a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step back to a downward dog. So we inhale our right foot up. And then we're going to exhale it through to pigeon pose. So it's going to look like this. Our back leg is straight back behind us. We're sitting on top of our hips, so we're not leaning to one side or leaning to the other. We're right on top. And that bottom foot is flexed. We're going to sit up really tall. Imagine our head is trying to hit the ceiling. Inhale, deep inhale. And exhale, walk your hands forward. So now that you're in pigeon, if you can rest your head on the floor, go ahead and do that. If you're thinking that sounds absolutely crazy, stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. And we're just going to sit here for a minute and breathe. So just like when we were in that child's pose, we're going to let our belly fall down to the mat and our ribs expand open on the inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to squeeze it all out. And keep breathing here. I'll just talk you through it. So our hips are usually where we hold a lot of our stress. And so when we start to stretch them out, it can be a little bit emotional. So just sit through it and imagine just relaxing and just letting everything go and trying to find that true self again. Now that we're back to just breathing and relaxing, think about what you're trying to cultivate and what you're trying to become. We'll do 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now what we've done is we've kind of cut off the blood. So what we're going to do is walk our hands back and bring that leg all the way back up to 3-legged dog again. So we're going to come on our toes in the back and lift it all the way up. And you can just bend and straighten it and move it around so the blood gets right back in there. Good. Then we're going to do it on the other side. So bring that left leg up to the ceiling and then bring it through to pigeon on this side. So like I said before, we don't want to sit on one side or sit on the other. We want to sit right on top. You're going to sit up tall or head up to the ceiling, and then walk your hands forward and relax on this side. Bringing your head to the mat or bringing your head to your stacked fists. The relaxing of your head is going to help you relax in this entire pose. So breathe. Inhale. And exhale. You can count if you want to count 4 in and 4 out. That can help you as well. And this is really good practice for breathing through stressful situations. So obviously our body is tight, and so it's a little bit stressful when we try to stretch it out. By practicing breathing through these poses, it helps us to be able to do that in other situations in our life. So if we're in a stressful situation off the mat, we can come back to this breath and just breathe through it and try and relax. Walk your hands back, send that leg up to the ceiling, bend and straighten it. Bending and straightening, then we can walk ourselves up to the front and take a seat. We're going to lay down, all the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time. And this is called Savasana. which this is it. So you're gonna let your feet sprawl out, so they're just relaxed. You're gonna have your palms facing up. You're gonna tuck your shoulder blades under, and you're gonna bring your chin down a little bit. Now take all that with a grain of salt. If that feels comfortable, do it. If there's something else that feels more comfortable, do that. Let's close our eyes and bring our attention to our right big toe. And imagine it getting heavy. Now let's close our eyes and bring our attention to our right big toe. And imagine it getting heavy and warm. Then our second toe, third, fourth, and fifth. The top of our foot and the bottom and the ankles release and sink into the earth. Your left big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. The top of your foot and the bottom and your ankle relaxes. The bottom of your legs and your knees sink. The top of your legs and your hips relax. Your abs are heavy and your low back releases. Your chest is heavy and your shoulder blades relax. Your right shoulder, top of the arm, and elbow relax. Bottom of the arm and wrist release and sink. The front of the palm and the back of the hand. Your thumb, pointer, center, ring, and pinky all release. Your left shoulder, bicep. Your left shoulder, top of the arm and elbow. Bottom of the arm and wrist. Sink. Front of the palm and back of the hand. And each finger, your thumb, pointer, center, ring, and pinky all sink and relax. All your muscles release. Don't hold anything. Let the back of your neck relax and your throat. Your right cheekbone and your left cheekbone. Your jaw. Your jaw. Take the tip of the tongue off of the top of your mouth. Your right cheekbone and your left cheekbone. Right temple and left temple. Right eyebrow and left eyebrow. Letting all the tension dissolve from your forehead and your face. The back of your head and the top of your head. Whole body relaxes. Whole body is heavy. Whole body releases and surrenders. Breathe. Noticing the air go in and out of your lungs, in and out of your nose. Radiating awareness of your body, how it feels, any noises that you hear, and anywhere that your mind goes. Just simply observe it all, not judging it as good or bad, but just this moment. This is where we come back to our true self. We breathe and we're relaxed. We decide what it is we want to be. We let it radiate out of our heart and pour into the room. Breathe. Give you another minute of breathing here. Start to deepen your breath, taking those big belly breaths again. Start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Rock your head from side to side, chin to shoulder. Stretch your hands up above your head. Toes long, your fingertips long. Reach. And then roll over to your right side. In the fetal position, so use one arm as a pillow and the other arm as a little kickstand. Take a breath here. Then on the inhale, we're going to push ourselves up to seated. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands to your heart. Take another deep breath. Radiate gratitude for the opportunity to learn yoga in your school, and radiate gratitude for all those around you who join you. Focus on that true self, the core of your being, and what you want to radiate for the rest of the day. Whatever you chose to cultivate, imagine walking around school radiating that so that others can feel it. And if they don't notice it, that's okay. As long as you're sending out compassion and kindness. Doesn't matter how people receive it. The light and teacher in me honors the light and teacher in all of you. Namaste. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day in school, and take what you learned today in this hour and carry it around with you. See you later.